Hey everyone, today's video is a requested video. This is requested by Piggy Wiggy Woohoo and it's to do my hamster supplies. So as you can see, the hamster supplies have actually been moved over here. The big supply drawers that are usually next to Honey's cage are over here. And that's because it just means it's a lot easier access to get through into the doorway. So it's just much easier now, more space around the doorway. And these are just some of Honey's supplies, but these are most of the supplies I use for her. I also store extra supplies in the box under the desk area, just down there, which I'll show you after I've showed you all these supplies over here. So let's get on with the video. So I'll start off with the top box on here, and all that's in here is just Honey's food. And it's stored in a nice airtight container, just to keep the food nice and fresh. So all that's in here is a mixture of Harry Hamster and Pets at Home Hamster Muesli. That's the mix Honey has always had and she loves her mix. It's also really nutritional. I do recommend mixing foods together because it really does add a lot of nutrition to your hamster's diet, and it also gives a more of a variation to their diet as well, which is what hamsters really like. They like variation and it's nice to give them something more of a mixture and variety. So this is all her food is, and it's a nice variation mix for her, and it's really nutritional. As I said, she does eat all her mix, so I do know she's getting all her nutrition from that. And she gets 2 scoopfuls of this every day, so basically that much every day, but twice of that. This is just a potty litter scoop, and I never used it for potty litter, and I thought it'd have a good use for the food, and it has done really well. I've always had it for the food and it works really well. As I said, she gets 2 scoopfuls of food. So that's all that's in the first box, and that's the first hamster supply. So in the first drawer of the supply drawers, I just store all of Honey's treats, and I did do a whole pets treats video, much more detailed, with all the treats Honey has. It was mostly about Honey's treats, because she has a lot more than the rats do. And if you want to watch that video, then please do. I'm not going to go into too much detail with all these treats. I'm literally just going to say the names of the treats and just quickly go over all the treats, but quite quickly, because you do know what I have in here, and I did explain it in my pets treats video. Anyway, in here we just have some pick and mix treats. So we have the speckled rolls and the lucky clovers. In here we just have the Woodlands fruit salad. It's a really nice healthy mix. Just have the Baker's All Sorts. It's just a nice little protein treat. Yeah, it's nice for hamsters. Have Healthy Bites Nutri-Care for small animals. We just have some aromatic crunchies in here. We also have a seed and nut bar, a little strip of the Nutty Honey treat, and we also have a few apple, berry and banana cubes in there as well. So going on to seed treats, I have a Nutty Honey treat, a Hamster Harvest, a Woodlands Honey Heart treat, seed and honey sandwich, a seed nut bar, which I got from Wilkinson's, and that was from the tray package, but you can get these from Wilkinson's. And that was Hamster Character X trade package. Burgess Super Snacks Superstar, just looks like that. The Rotor Stack Nature's Nibbles with vegetables, and they're just like little green vegetables in there. Johnson's Fruity Stick. Most of the seed treats are Johnson's, by the way, if you noticed. Let's have a bag of dog treats in here, just a mixture of dog treats. And I also have some puppy markies in here. I don't actually know most of the names of these, but I do know there's puppy markies in here somewhere, if I can find them. No. Put that over there for now then. I have this fruit treats for small animals, and it's natural dried pineapple, papaya and mango. It's also suitable for caged birds as well. That's what it looks like. Nice little fruity mix. I have this Naturals cranberry and parsley tree, which I did get at last Christmas, but I never got round to giving Honey it, so I might give it to her next Christmas, I think. But it's just a nice little tree with cranberries and a little star on top. And then just have the hamster fruit sticks and Pets at Home. that's what they look like. And then in these 4 jars at the back, just have some more dog treats. These are just the pedigree cheesy bites. Have some milk and nugget drops. The Fruit Factory fruits, and that's what they look like all together. And I'll show you the little packs in a minute. And we have some extra vital fruits and nuts, and Honey does really like those a lot. So the little Fruit Factory fruit packs look like this. So you get the sultanas and apple, raisins and apricots, and raisins and sultanas. So that's what they are. That's those 4 packs. I also have some road stack milk drops as well. And that's all the treats. So I'm going to put everything back together in the drawer, and I'm going to show you that now. Okay, so everything's back in the drawer now, and that's all of the treats in the first drawer. Okay, so in the second drawer I just store all of the bedding. Now unfortunately I did run out of the paper wall flake bedding from Pets at Home, but if you watch some of my videos, you probably know what it looks like anyway. It's just basically white little paper flake bedding, that's all it is. But I have got loads of packs of the Wilkinson's paper flake pet bedding, and this is the one that Honey sleeps in. And I would probably say, from my opinion, this is probably the best hamster sleeping bedding you can ever buy. It's an amazing bedding, it's just brilliant for what you get as well. It's only £1, it's everyday value, it says there, Wilco everyday value. And it's nice soft bedding as well. It's all blue. It does look like shredded dishcloth, but it actually isn't. It is paper, as you can see. It's really good bedding. It's nice and cosy. Honey has a great sleep in this as well. She probably loves this bedding herself. It's also really edible, and it will pass through their pouches if they were to swallow it, unlike the cotton wool, which can wrap around their pouches, and they can actually cause them to choke, and they can't at all. It just won't pass through at all. It just basically clogs up their system, and it won't pass through their intestines either. So cotton wool's a really bad bedding, and I definitely urge you to stay away from it. But the edible beddings like this, that are only cost £1 as well, cheaper than cotton wool actually, I really, really do recommend as well. And I have 3 packs of that, seeing as it's so cheap. So that's all that's in there for now, and that's the second drawer. In the third drawer I just store Honey's toys. So this is just where I keep little, just different toys I put in a cage generally. So she just has her log, and she doesn't use this a lot. She used to go in this a lot when she was a baby and love going through it and using it as a nice tunnel as well. But what I do with this is a great thing for when I scatter food around her cage, because I do like to scatter it in the log, and she does like putting her head through there and trying to find all the food, and it's really cute. It's also great fun for her as well, sort of a boredom breaker as well. She does occasionally like climbing on this as well and just using it as a nice little bridge, but that's just a really old toy of hers, and as I said, I do use it mostly for scatter feeding. Then we just have her hide and seek cube, which most of you will know she's had this ever since she was a baby. She's basically had it her whole life, and she will never ever stop loving this. She always is on this when playing or playtime, or when I put it in a cage. She always climbs on this, sits on it, likes to look out from her cage, and she does like going through the tunnel, and also I like put food in there as well, and again she loves finding the food in the holes as well. But she loves climbing on top of it especially, and also having the sit on top of it as well. That's a great toy of hers, and she's always had that toy. Let's have a little puzzle playground tube here, which I like putting in a cage, and she does like going through this. And she loved going through that when she was a baby as well. And this is just a fairly new toy of hers, it's just the Crinkle Tunnel, which is one of her favourite toys. Her hide and seek cube is the first favourite toy, just so you know. But you can see it's all cardboard in the middle, and she does like shredding this. It's all natural material as well, so it's a nice natural toy, and because she does like chewing the ends, it's quite good, because it will most likely wear down her teeth. It's just a nice natural way of keeping her teeth down. It's a really good toy though. It's quite a big toy, as you can see, and a few holes as well, so it's a really nice tunnel that she loves going through. I definitely put this in her play box most of the time. Let's have a loo roll tube, which she likes going through, and she also likes chewing it, and of course she likes rolling it. It's especially on the top levels. That's where I mostly put loo roll tubes. She loves rolling them around, having big fun with that. Then we just have some Puzzle Playground tubes here, just in the box. And we just have different tubes, you can see here, square pieces and connectors, just spare little parts ready to build a whole sort of circuit. I'll show you the top. Front, you can see there's sort of a big toy. You can build that. I did actually make that once, and that was for my little robos when I had them, so they loved that as well. But it's really good. It's quite fiddly, but it's a great toy anyway, and hamsters do love using that and going through it. So then we just have this little Nature First Willow Balls by Happy Pets. And I did get this from Jolly's, and this is a birthday present for Honey. And as you can see, it's a nice little willow ball. I've not actually given this to her yet. It's actually quite a big ball. And it's either I'll give this to her or I'll give this to the rats. I'm sure the rats will love this. I can imagine them rolling this around, probably chewing on it as well. But I haven't decided yet who I'll give that to. Even so, it's just a nice toy. It stays in there. So then this is just the chew basket where I keep all the chews. So we just have a loofah teddy in here, which she does occasionally like chewing on, but she's not a big chewer with a loofah teddy. She's not a big fan of loofah, to be honest. I mostly give her wood chews and grassy chews as well. Anyway, we just have some XL sticks. Just you get the apple, the willow and hazel. So that's different sticks you get. That's not an XL one. There we go. So they're all different sizes. And she absolutely loves these. She's always munching on these, having a good nibble at them. And it's good because it will keep her teeth down. And I do prefer to give her natural chews. I find they're the healthiest for her teeth. Then we have a stick and nut chew stick, which came with a stick and nut chew toy. But obviously she demolished that, and she's basically have all the chews now. And she does like chewing these. But these are just some fresh ones, really. That's, I don't know what's that from, but yeah. Have some more of them. And then we also have a walnut that came with the stick and nut chew, and as you can see, she has basically had a whole half of that, chewed off a whole half, so she was a big fan of that. We have a broken knobbly Nora in here. Fortunately it did break. It's not actually a very good chew, and she never hardly chewed on this ever. The only little tiniest mark, which is there, is where she's chewed. There's nowhere else she's chewed on this, so yeah, a little disappointed with that. But the good thing was it was only £1, so it was fairly cheap. That's just a little thing that came with it. Then we just have a load of fruit and veg chews. So we have an orange one, which she has in her cage. And we have a load of pink ones as well. I think this is a plum, but I'm not 100% sure really. This is a leek. I think it's a leek. And then we also get the carrot and the banana. And the banana and the carrot is in her cage. She's actually got quite a few of these in her cage, and she does actually like these and having a good chew on them as well. So that's all the chews in there. We've also got a small ball rush ball. So it's a really good, nice, natural, grassy ball. And you actually can see she has been chewing some of this. And she does actually like chewing on this sometimes. And obviously she loves rolling it around. It does make a great ball for hamsters. So it's probably a ball I'd recommend for most hamsters actually. So that's all the toys and chews in this third drawer. So in the fourth drawer, or last drawer if you like to call it, we just have all our hygiene products. So we just have a sponge, and sometimes I have a sponge occasionally for wiping down her levels, just to help with cleaning it a bit more. If there's any bits that are stuck on there or anything. A sponge is quite good, especially the rough side. It does scrape off lots on the level, so it's a lot easier to clean. And then I just have some potty litter, and this is the one I use. I use the Clean and Tidy potty litter. It's 100% natural, and it says here it's the freshest way to toilet train your hamster or gerbil. It is brilliant potty litter. I would probably highly recommend this one. It does clump together really well, and surprisingly there's not actually that much of a strong odour that comes from it. So it's actually really, really good. Potty litter, and as you can see here, it does say here on the side, easy to use, smells fresh, odour free, moisture absorbent, totally safe and hygienic, 100% natural, and reduces cage cleaning by up to 30%. So it's a really good potty litter, and if you're looking for one, I definitely would recommend looking into this one. So that's the one that she has all the time. And then in here we just have a container, airtight container, that I keep all her sand in here, her bathing sand, but she's running out of this. I need to get her more. Yeah, it's very empty. And then we just have a spoon that I scoop out the bathing sand with. I usually do have the pet spray in there, but it's in the bathroom at the moment. And I actually find it a lot easier having it in the bathroom because it's a lot easier when cleaning out cages. Anyway, that is the fourth and last drawer of the supply drawers. Going on to the box over here, this is just where I store extra supplies, mainly toys, but even so, it's a lot more extra supplies in here that I need for Honey. Occasionally I use. Anyway, I'm going to show you the box and I'm going to get it out now. Okay, so I've just got the box out now. As you can see, I've got quite a few supplies in this box, but I will try and go through them quite quickly. So yeah, so the first supply, we just have this Sammy's indoor/outdoor playpen, and this I used to have for previous hamster before Honey, and then I did also use it for Honey as well, but I did find both of them actually escaped out of it straight away. I think you'll probably find most hamsters do just climb over the bars and escape out of these playpens. But that's the first supply of the supply box. So then we just have iMac tubes from the iMac Fantasy. Have a spare ladder, which I just use for the iMac Fantasy when Honey climbs up the ladder. Just have a little potty top bit. Then we just have a little snuggle pouch, which I got from a trade, which I'm still trying to get sorted to upload, but you can see, big snuggle pouch. Have a silent spinner. This is Honey's old wheel, so it is a silent spinner wheel, but unfortunately she did outgrow this wheel, but who knows, I might use it for some little hamster. It would be nice to know I had a little hamster for this, but you know, we'll see. I've got a little mini Duna Hut, and this came with a mini Duna cage when I had my Rofrosky hamsters. And I also used this just came with a little animal set I used to have when I was a little kid, and I used this for the little robos, and they loved going in there. Both of them could fit in there, and it does have little windows. It's just the cutest thing ever. It has a little heart on there as well, and a paw print, another window. But they loved going in there and just snuggling up to each other. It was just a nice little hut for them to go in, just a nice little hideout area. But it was just the cutest thing ever, and that's what my robos used to have. This is just a potty litter box. It was empty, and I thought I might make some sort of hideout toy out of it. It'd be quite fun. Probably put a few holes in there and make it a nice little tunnel for Honey. I'm sure she'll love that. These are just little old hamster balls. These are the dwarf ones for the robos. But they never liked these, and these are actually really thick plastic, and I did find you couldn't actually see out these at all. I did have quite a few concerns when I bought them, so I never used them for the robos, but I've just kept them in here anyway. So they didn't like them. They were really crazy in these. I do not recommend these balls at all, and they're also quite flimsy plastic as well, not very good, but they're just in there anyway. I have a Savic rolly wheel, which I did have for my Rofroskys, and I absolutely hate Savic rolly wheels. They break the whole time, really bad quality, they're really flimsy, they're just not good plastic at all, and don't really recommend them. Maybe it's just a starter wheel for a few weeks or something would be okay, but wheels like this are meant to last a hamster their whole life, in my opinion, and this only lasts about a few months, and then it just ends up breaking, so I just gave up on this one. It's just on the stand at the moment. This is a little coconut hideaway, which Honey loves going in. I do sometimes put food in there for her, and she loves sitting in there and eating it. She loves sitting on top of it as well. It's a nice little sort of sit on top of hideout thing. That makes any sense. But she does like going in there and hiding away. She did actually do that when she was a baby. Don't know whether I mentioned that before or not, but she does mainly like sitting on top of it. It's a nice little cute little hideout. I think it's really cute, and it's really cool. It's made out of 100% coconut. So that's that. Then we just have two iMac Fantasy lids that came with the iMac cage. And I just took these off simply because I didn't really need these, and I find when I take them off it gives them a nice little hole for I can put the ladder. It's a nice little area, just a nice access way for Honey to access her second level, so I don't really need these lids, and they're really just spare lids now, so yeah, that's them. This is the wheel that came with the iMac Fantasy, but obviously it's far too small for any hamster. Maybe might do a Rorosky, but no bigger than that, I would say. It's just far too small for any hamster, and I don't really like this wheel at all. I never used it once. I completely just threw it in the box straight after I saw it in the iMac Fantasy cage. I was really annoyed with that wheel that came with it. Just have this, this is Honey's old bed that she used to go in. It's just a nice little blue hut, and I've kept that obviously. It's a really nice hut. But unfortunately, yes, she did grow out of it. She became too big for the hut, so she sort of just has her new blue one. I do like blue huts for hamsters. I don't know why. I think blue's a really good colour for a hamster home. Suits it really well. That's just my weird moment coming. Anyway, I might use this for some future hamster. Maybe way into the future if I get a hamster. Probably use it for this. Nice starter home for it. Then we just have a load of tubes mainly coming on now. I'll start with blue roll tubes. This is just a kitchen roll tube, and we have plenty of blue roll tubes in here as well. We also have Crinkle Tunnel, which is another one, but this one's really crinkly. It's nowhere near like the other one I have. I don't actually like this one as much. It's very crinkly, it doesn't really stay its shape that well, to be honest, which is quite annoying because the other one does. The other one that Honey has is really good. It's really straight and really curved and really good, and it holds its shape a lot more, but this one doesn't actually do that. Anyway, it's nice to have another little Crinkle Tunnel for her. All new roll tubes. It's just a puzzle playground piece. I don't know what's doing there. Then we just have a log with holes in, and it's just it's a lot like the Pets at Home one, but I think it's actually slightly bigger holes in a way. I've not actually tried giving this to Honey yet, but I will give this to her, see what she thinks. We have this little iMac clip, just some spare clips in here. Yeah, I've got two of them. They came with the second level, the barred lip. Then we just have a silent spinner stand. I could actually never figure out how to get the wheel on the stand. It's really stupid. I couldn't actually find out how to do that. So I put it on the Savic rolly stand, if any of you noticed that, when I had the wheel. But yeah, I'll just keep the stand in there anyway. Then here we just have the Bite and Roll, Build It, Climb It and Nibble It pieces. These are just healthy, active, fun, keeps teeth trim, and it's by Happy Pet. And it's basically just these pieces here, as you can tell. You get circles, squares, rectangles, yeah, and you also get like semicircles. So yeah, it's quite a few pieces, but you can just make basically a whole thing, although it's quite hard to set up. And you probably will know most wooden toys are actually quite hard to set up because the holes are either too big or too small, or the pieces just won't fit in. It really annoys me. And yes, unfortunately, it was the same for this. So that was not very good, and it was fairly expensive as well. Ooh, oh well. I could just basically use pieces for Honey to chew on or something, or maybe that would just do as a toy. I don't know. We just have a little Therplast bottle holder that came with a mini Duna. And this is also meant to be a food dish for the mini Duna, and I'm thinking that's way too big to be a food dish. It honestly is. So I always use this for bathing sand and putting that in there, and the Robos loved that. Obviously you know this as Honey's old sand bath, and yes, this was her sand bath, but I found that she actually was quite big for this, so I don't really give it to her that often, because she's quite big for it. You can probably tell it's quite a small sand bath, and I prefer giving her the top hut part of the iMac cage as a nice big sand bath for her. But even so, it just sits in there anyway. It was actually underneath there I don't know what that was doing there. And that's a piece that came with the Seesaw, and this is the Seesaw. Oh, and this is something I recently ordered. I don't know why I put this in here, for some strange reason. So this is just a nice big toy, which I actually do want to put this in Honey's cage. I think I ordered this, it was either off eBay or Amazon. I think it was eBay, now I think about it. Yeah, I'm definitely going to go with eBay. I'm pretty sure it was eBay. Anyway, it's just basically little colourful pieces of wood. It's all natural wood, so it would be nice for her to chew on. A nice natural way of keeping her teeth down too. Also, she could try climbing this, although I doubt she will. If it was my rats, they probably would, but it's Honey, so she probably won't climb this. Anyway, it's just a nice chew toy for her, and it has a nice little hook. Little clip on the top here, so I could clip this on top of her cage, not on top, basically on the sidebars of her cage. I'm sure she'll like that. I'm sure she'll really like that. It'll be nice and colourful for her cage too, make it really nice. Whoops, just fell down there. So yeah, that's basically everything in this box. Sorry I rambled on too much, sorry it was just too long. I'm going to put everything back in the box now. So that's the video. I really hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for requesting this video, and they are all the hamster supplies. Also, thank you for anyone who's watching this video right now as well. So, sorry it was quite long. I know I rambled on quite a bit about all the supplies, but I hope you enjoyed it anyway. And if you have any comments or questions, just leave them down below. If you like this video, then please hit that like button. And if you want to see any more videos, or if you like my videos, then please subscribe. And I'll see you next time. Bye!